And we're back with some more Dyson Sphere Program. Program? Oh, never mind. DSP. And today we're going to make a little bit of a change. The reason being, over here, this is our home system. And our home system is pretty solid. It's got a decent amount of all the resources that are available. But we have been exploring. We have been out just checking out some of the local systems. You can see the names on the ones we've actually visited. And we found a good one. It's not too far away. It's Beta Ceti. It's about 5 light years. I think we're going to go visit it so I can show you, well, why we're going to migrate there. We're going to just basically abandon our current area because, well, we'll let it finish its researching and stuff. But the reason we want to go to Beta Ceti is it's just got way better resources. So let's do a quick warp. Someone suggested they should get the theme song for, or the sound of the TARDIS for this warp system. I think, yes, that's excellent. That's a mod I actually want to get my hands on. Coming in. Ah, damn it, missed it. Welcome to Beta Ceti. Now, I did miss the planet. I was trying to actually crash right into it. If you try and crash right into it from warp, it'll pop you out about 1,000 meters above the surface, which is great. But this here is one of the planets. Now, you'll notice there, I've already been here, and I've sort of stuck some solar panels on a little bit of a recharging station here so we can get our charge on. It's just very handy. But let's have a quick look at the system, because this system is a lot better than our old system. Now, if we just click on the star, it tells us all the resources that are available here. And notice that we've got crude oil. That is actually not as common as you would think, and it's necessary to actually produce a few things. You can't get by without it. You can work around some of the things with some of these special resources, but we've also got our hands on kimberlite ore, organic crystal, optical grating crystal, which is actually quite handy, spindle-form stalagmites, quite useful, and sulfuric acid. Yes, this system has pretty much everything we're going to need. The only thing it's a little bit light on is silicon ore. You know what? I can live with that, no problems. While I was visiting this place, I made a few changes while I was here. I basically installed a power belt on each of the planets. Well, each of the inner rings. So we're going to head to the planet closer to the sun, and I'm going to set up a mall. A good thing to note is you can use the warpers in system as well, so that place is pretty far away. Let's see if we can't fly there. Yeah, come on. I see you. Don't dodge me. Damn it. I swear to God, I get that sometimes. Well, let's have a land here. This is going to be the planet we build on. It's not nearly as hospitable looking as some of the others, but you know what? Who cares? It's got a bunch of resources. This thing is absolutely beautiful. Check it out. We've got our iron ore, copper ore in plentiful supplies, silicone, 11 million titanium ore, enough stone and coal that we won't really be that worried, and we can import a lot of the rest of the resources from around. We've got sulfuric acid as well just lying about the place. This place is just about perfect. Alright, let's get around to doing them all, and since we've already got most of our basic resources taken care of on the other side, or on our other system, I've maybe stockpiled a few resources here so we can get ourselves kick-started. So, time for a little bit of a montage. Actually, there's some copper over there. Let's tap into that. I haven't been able to figure out a better way to cram miners around these things yet. There's got to be a better system, but it turns out just a ring of miners is as good as you're going to get, as far as I can tell. And done. That will feed all of the copper ore in there. That should become a decent copper ore supply. All we're going to do is hook up copper, iron, all the basic resources to one of these towers. And then we're going to slowly start building up the chain, as in we'll refine everything along the way, and we're going to make dedicated production facilities for everything, because why not? In fact, there's a whole bunch of iron ore over there. Oh, and as well as that, there's so much landfill to be gained around here. Because this is a fire planet of sorts, you can just sort of see how much soil pile we're gaining from that, which is going to be important. I found a planet that was literally submerged in water, as in it's submerged above the head of your mech, and it was the entire way around the planet. The only way to access the resources was to landfill, and it cost like 100,000 or something. It was going to be stupidly expensive, so we're going to need all this landfill later. But first, let's tap into this, shall we? There we go. All the iron ore we could ever possibly want. Well, okay, maybe not, but enough that it'll keep us going for a while. And let's throw in a few ships there as well. Where do we put those? Yeah, perfect. Oh, and we're also going to need some of those, just because. Now, one thing we're going to have to be careful of here is we have 2 of these stations on the far side of, in our home system, and they are sending over silicone and, where is it? Yeah, they're sending in high purity silicon and titanium ingots. So we don't want to request any of that anywhere around here at all, because if we do, we might start drawing them from our home system and they'll start flying all the way here. Slowly, out of warp. It will be incredibly painful. Alright, but with that done, any more resources you want to tap into around here? Oh, we probably want to get coal and a few others as well. A quick stone mine to get us the raw resources. Next up, I'm thinking titanium. A beautiful titanium mine to just get us over that hump of resources. I think what we'll start doing is putting together a few little systems. Oh, we've got sulfuric acid over here as well. We can tap into this and literally just pump sulfuric acid. We don't even have to make it out of oil anymore. That is so handy. But no. We are going to put ourselves together a little mall that will make most of the basic resources we're going to need. So belts, miners, all that stuff. And actually a few more complicated items. Now let's pick out a nice flat spot to build it in. Since our last play, I've installed a couple of mods because there's some just beautiful quality of life mods out there that make life so much simpler. Now, the first one here is going to allow us to do this. We're going to say line this up here, and we want to extend this on. We're going to make about 12. We haven't upgraded to level 3 furnaces yet, or level 3 belts, so we're just going to make this 12 items long. If we just hit Alt there, and now we can just stretch this out like so. So it's, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And the first one we've already placed is 12, and there we go. We've stretched out a full 12 of them perfectly easily. Then, of course, we're going to want to put, transport belt going all the way along, carrying down the raw ore. And then we're going to want transport belt going the opposite direction, bringing back out all of the iron plate, which we're going to dump back into a system over here. But there's one more thing we want to do before we finish that, and that is we're going to have to do inputs and outputs. And those things are painful, right? So, we'd normally do something along the lines of, yes, we'll take one in there, we'll put one out there. Right, that would be our normal plan. And then we'd repeat it all the way along the line. Instead, this time, we're just going to delete all of these. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hold down Shift and I can chain deconstruct those. Should have probably pointed out that. If I hold down Shift here, I can deconstruct all of those. I'd rather not. That's another benefit of the mods. Another thing we can do is you can hold down Shift and click on that. And you'll notice it's actually brought along the inserters as well. The inserters get copied over. And not only do the inserters get copied over, we can press the Alt key using the other mod, and then boom, we can now stretch it out all the way along, and boom, we don't have to do anything, it just copies and pastes it the whole way along. God, that is so much better. I thought I was going to have to manually do all of these. That means you can do arrays of smelters really quickly and efficiently without, going crazy and getting carpal tunnel syndrome. The mods are called copy inserters, and that's the one that allows you to copy the inserters. The other one is called, was it chain build and deconstruct? Wait, advanced build and deconstruct. So advanced build and deconstruct. Though you're going to need to go to the mods page and install a whole bunch of other stuff. Like you have to install a mod manager because there is none built for this yet. And the mod manager allows you to install them. And oh my god, that just... Oh, never mind. That was just so quick and painless. Let's stick in a drop-off right here. A bit of preemptive planning here for the next few rows, though I think we're probably going to have to use some of these satellite substations to make it work correctly. I may have cramped things a little bit too close together, but I'm okay with that. Now we'll just put that over there. Perfect. And we are going to request ore here, which reminds me we should probably put in some ships in there. Yeah, there we go. Done. So ships should request it. No, you're not local supply. You are local demand. And actually remote demand as well. Oh, actually we can configure these. Actually nice. Very nice. That will bring in the iron ore, and then at the same time we are going to output iron ingots. And we can run 4 rows of this quite easily. And what the... Wow. That is beautiful. Alright, that should give us our... Oh, we have to set this up here. This will just take 2 seconds. All we got to do is select the filter for this, and we want iron ore. Boom. And why are you yellow? Okay, there we go. And that should saturate that entire belt. Perfect. So now we've got iron ore. We just repeat the same thing for copper. We'll probably just put it over here because, why not? No point complicating things too much. And there we add copper to the supply. So now we've got copper plate and iron plate, and it's so much less complicated when you've got all of this tech to depend upon. Though, I might want to actually take back some of these ships. I don't think I should be giving the ore ones them. Though I suppose at some point they will start collecting. Actually, no, they won't. Yeah, actually, that's kind of a waste. I should take those back. Okay, copper, iron, actually titanium. Titanium can be made with sulfuric acid. No. Let me think. I think we'll start making some of the basics already. Might as well. We have a nice big flat open area here just beyond our smelting. Well, I've measured it out so that when we upgrade the belts, the smelters will stop there. Now over here we're going to start putting together just gears. We're going to start with all the basic components, and we're effectively going to throw them all into the interstellar logistic stations because why not? Now the reason we're using these instead of the local ones is, well, they just have more storage and they have more slots. They can be used for more stuff, and if you've got the cost of them, why not? It just seems like a waste not to do it. So we're going to put down a bunch of gear assemblers right here, feed them iron plate, and feed the gears right back into the interstellar logistics station. The resources flow, and now we've got gears in here. I've already set up copper as well because we're going to be making quite a bit of all those basic components we're going to need for everything else. For right now, all we're really targeting to is get conveyor belts, sorters, assembly machines, and smelting, and all of that stuff up and running, so we can produce all of this stuff locally, and we don't have to worry about traveling back home, because that's just annoying. It's a good 10-minute round trip, and I don't want to be bothered. So let's put in a few extra pieces here, shall we? Next up here, we're going to have green circuits, because super simple. 2 iron plate, 1 copper, 2 iron ingots. Oh my god, I'm going to keep calling these plates. 2 iron ingots, 1 copper ingot, and you get yourself a green circuit, a circuit board, whatever. Then we'll just copy these along here. Actually, I might want to leave some space for power poles. Let me think. There we go. Plenty of green circuits. Now, I am going to have to increase smelting and all sorts of things to keep up with this, and we'll have to upgrade the belts, but I just want to get a bit of a production of the basic components completed. I think we'll do some magnetic coils next. Oh, do that, we're going to need some magnets. Oh, 1 second. Let me go back to my smelting setup. Say hello to magnet production. We just hijacked a lane of what was going to be iron plate or iron ingots, and instead we just fed that raw ore to these magnet production facilities, and now we're churning out lots of magnets, which will get fed into our tower over here and get spread out towards the rest of the network, which means we can now just pop down here and feed another thing into this. I'm thinking, what was it again? Yes, magnetic coils. Give me 2 seconds. I've gotten a little bit smarter about making these. What I've decided to do is put the power poles in between these layers. Though, I suppose once you get the satellite stuff, we may actually not need those anymore. Well, that does mean we can just stretch these out like, oh, come on. What are you doing? All the magnetic coils. I'm gonna have to upgrade those belts before we're going to be able to get all those to activate, but you know what? I'm okay with it. We had to install a second tower. Reason being, we ran out of slots. Oopsie. Doesn't matter. We can add in even more over here. Now that we've got electromagnetic coils on there, we can now start doing electric motors, because yeah, why not? Though I may want to pull some of the resources from this, considering how close by that might be a little bit saner instead of running them so far. I mean, there's no point wasting some of the storage slots on here. We're definitely going to want to build a few of these things. This will be our little electric motor section. It's not very big, but we'll expand upon this in a bit. Now, let me remember the ratios for this again. There we go, up as far as the blue motors, or what are they called? Electromagnetic turbines. Right, that was pretty handy, actually. Downside is that we've almost filled up the logistics station again. We need to get our hands on some energetic carbon here so that we can go to the next level, which is super magnetic rings, which are actually surprisingly easy to get your hands on. All we need is, well, some energetic carbon, and I'm pretty sure there's some coal around this planet we should be tapping into right about now. This is my very meager coal supply, as in, it's all the coal on the planet. It's what, 159, which is, yep, it's that entire patch. That's all we've got to work with, which is slightly unfortunate, but it's okay. There's plenty of systems that have coal, so we don't have to worry about that for now. We can get more from the surrounding area. But with that done, it's time to go, well, refine ourselves some energetic carbon. To refine the carbon, we simply went back to our smelting arrays, where we've got our metal plate being made, our copper plate, ingots, and our magnets are being made. Also, now, energetic graphite. Perfect. With that done, we can go back over here and finally finish off some of these things, and I will admit, the game is really beautiful at night as well. They've done an excellent job with all the lighting. In fact, the graphics in this game, very impressive, considering it's, Unity? I was shocked when I saw the Unity logo. I thought, wait, this is made with Unity? That's normally... Unity doesn't really have a good reputation for the amount of terrible games it's generated, but I suppose it is a good engine. It's just it has been abused in the past. Let's stick down some blue turbines, shall we? A few blue turbines hooked up to our system. They actually feed directly off this, and those blue turbines end up over here. It's going to take a while. We should really expand this out, but for now we're just getting ourselves, well, sorted. What do we need? What should we put together? The only thing we're missing for conveyor belts Mark III is the graphite, which would be... well, very nice to get our hands on, or the graphene. That there. Let me think. We can already get sorter Mark IIIs, and we do want to get our hands on assembly machine Mark IIs. That's going to be a little bit trickier, though. Maybe we should concentrate on the conveyor belts and the, I think we'll get these two first. To make this graphene, we are going to need sulfuric acid. And sulfuric acid normally takes refined oil, stone, water, a bunch of random stuff. But, nah. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just grab some water pumps here, and we'll use those water pumps and dump them into these sulfuric acid lakes. Come on, give me somewhere to place it. Come on, there we go. I might have to do a little bit of terraforming here, but we should be able to cover this entire little patch of oil in lots of these. I think that should be just about enough sulfuric acid to get us started. God, that is so much simpler than refining oil. Just so much handier. Thank God for acid lakes. Simplest way to obtain sulfuric acid ever. Now, all we gotta do is go grab some, make some graphene. To do that, we just need to combine, or to make this graphene, all we need is some sulfuric acid, which we've got on our network now, and some of that energetic graphite, which we also have on our network. So, yeah, let's just pop over here and throw some together. Actually, we might put it... Let me think. Over here somewhere looks good. Oh, and there's some more sulfuric acid. I think we're probably going to terraform over some of that. We're not going to need it at all. I feel like it's constantly night almost on this part of the planet. It's very rare the sun seems to come up. I think... What's this planet like? Never mind. I'm probably just going crazy. I'm sure the sun hits this area at some point. Anyway, this here is where we are making our graphene. Oh, you need to be set to allow that graphene in. There we go. So those three are set up for now, namely because we don't want to start piling these in. We can extend all of these on, and we can upgrade all the belts and all that later. This is more just getting all of our ducks in a row. And it does look quite industrious. I'm quite liking it. Anyway, with that set up, that means we can get on to the final piece of the puzzle. What was it? Yes. Here. One second. Yeah, this one. Assembly Machine Mark IIs and... Oh, Conveyor Belt Mark IIIs. Conveyor Belt Mark IIIs and Sorter Mark IIIs. I think we're just going to start into them right now because they would be extremely useful to us right about now. Unfortunately, we're starting to run out of space here. Plus, we're about to go into another area over here which will mess up how we build. So we got to sort of stay inside this area. I think I'm just going to squish in a production facility here for some for our level 3 transport belt. That way we can go through the rest of all of our builds with level 3 transport belt, which will make life so much simpler. I moved a little bit to the right to fit this in. And instead what I've done is I've got this all hooked up and ready to go. I just want to show you just how handy they have made this. So we need iron and gears, which are going to be fed in from this side. So all we have to do is request them from here. So we're going to request iron, and we're also going to request... where's the gears? Perfect. Local supply, remote supply. No. Local demand. We'll make it a remote demand as well. Though I don't think we'll ever be requesting them from off-world, but better safe than sorry. Then we just go down here and we go, yes, I would like some iron, and I would also like some gears. And then once the ships come back, oh, there they are right now. The resources start to roll out, and they start getting poured into this, and it starts producing the belt. And the belt gets shunted across into this machine, which also requires some electromagnetic turbines. Well, it's a good thing we've got electromagnetic turbines built onto the network. So let's use a little bit of local demand right there. Yep, you can see that's starting to fill up. Then over here, oh, yeah, we got to set that there, don't we? Yep, electromagnetic turbines, grand. Then over here we need supermagnetic rings and graphene. Well, same again, supermagnetic rings. Perfect. Thank you. And graphene. Thank you. And done. Then all we have to do is set them up over here. So, yep. Oh, whoa, almost hit the wrong one. That would have been slightly uncomfortable. And there we go. We are now producing level 3 belt. And that was just... Oh, that stuck together so handily. Now, I think I probably want to stick them in one of these towers. Though which one, considering most of them are... Actually, that one's got some free space. We'll throw it into that over there. There is currently a feature of the game, whereas if you go to one of these over here and you change the supply amount on it, you can sort of take resources out of here and put it into your inventory. Just a nice quick way of getting stuff no matter where you are on the planet. Kind of nice. Do like it. Alright, with that done, what was the next step? Oh yeah, we've also got to do one of these sorter Mark IIIs. You know, I'm beginning to think, why am I doing this so lengthwise like this? For sorter Mark IIIs and things like that, we can just basically grab one of these towers, plop it right down, and just feed in a few basic resources and be done with it. No need to do anything too crazy. Oh, did I tap silicone yet? Nope, never mind. Worry about that later. First, we're going to finish this off. With Inserters Mark III and Transport Belt Mark III done, we're kind of sorted. Wait, why are you not outputting? What are you missing? Electric turbines are running short. There's 11 on the way. Why are the electric turbines running short? Oh, well, yeah, we're going to have to expand that. I think we have got our hands on enough of these right now. So we'll just say, we'll take all of you, add those to our inventory. And we're going to go upgrade a few things to help speed up production. Namely iron. I think iron is incredibly short over here. Yeah, we're flying through that instantly. The moment it gets produced, it's gone. Same with magnets. Both of those need to be extended. And now that we have level 3 transport belt, we can just go... Oh, yeah, I think we'll upgrade that. And we'll upgrade that. You. Same thing over there. Oh, wow, that is a lot faster. Alright, let's extend this sucker on. We can extend this all the way up to 30. Transport belt here, if you look at it. The base one, 6 per second. Level 2, 12 per second. And the conveyor belt Mark 3, 30 per second. These smelters work at 1 per second, so we've got 12 so far. We're going to need to put on another 24. It looks like someone's been measuring this, though, because I think we should be able to just lump that down all the way to... Oop, there. Perfect. And then the return belt will go all the way to... there. Then once that's finished... we just grab this, and this should be fairly straightforward. Put you there, hit... oh, that's the wrong button. I didn't mean to hit jump. Apologies. Nope, hit that there, hit Alt, then we just stretch that along. Oh, yeah, I've made a mistake. This, you can use the plus and minus. See at the bottom there, it's got construct mode 6. That means it's leaving 6 between everything. I'll just reduce that back to 0. There we go, much better. And done. Now, the reason I had the construct at 6... if we grab this here, I was stretching these out. You can use this with the power poles option. And if we just grab this, place one there with Alt, hit the plus symbol a few times, we get up to 6, and that just allows us to stretch out a big run of power poles. And it does it at the same distance, and you can choose one. I'm finding 6 works for me. Your mileage may vary. And that... yeah, there we go. That will drastically boost iron ingot production. Of course, once you extended that on, well, we also had to extend on the magnets as well, just to make things better. Also, we extended on the graphite production because, of course we did, though have we started running out of graphite yet? I'm pretty sure our mines will not be able to keep up with that. Oh, no, the mines are actually staying with that, though we've almost filled up storage. Perfect. With all of that done, we've finally started to catch up on the backlog over here. Let's see how you're doing. I changed some of these to actually have limits, though gears are very low. Why are gears so low? Because we're not producing enough of them, are we? Maybe we should extend those gears on just a tad. So we extended the gears on a little bit, and then I kind of got carried away. But we now have plenty of gears, fortunately. That should have finally filled it up. The reason we were consuming so many gears was it was going into these motors over here. And once we had more gears, well, we just sort of extended on these motors, because... why not? Electric motors were very handy. Plus, we didn't have enough electric motors in storage. And then, of course, we extended on the electromagnetic turbines. Though I left these at the same size. We don't need any more of these just yet. We should eventually be able to start stockpiling some of these things. So that leads us to... we need more... well, we need to start burning these on more buildings. So far, well, what we're going to need to get up to is assembly machine Mark 3s as well. We're going to basically want to... actually, one of all of these. We're going to want to build one of all of these. That's pretty much the end goal. So I think it's time we maybe got some of the more... the intermediate components. Like, say, for the assembly machines Mark 2, we're going to need processors. Which I think we should get... oh, actually, no. First thing we're going to do is get the smelters up. We're going to need lots more smelters, and we might as well get that out of the way with now. I don't know if I've mentioned it enough times already, but those mods make this so much simpler. I don't think I would have the patience to do all of those otherwise. Okay, no, I probably would, but I really wouldn't like doing it. It would be just one of those... never mind. It's done. We have an absolutely massive amount of stone flowing in. And that should max out at about 30 stone. Yeah, it's almost got there. It's not quite full just yet. There we go. You give it a minute or so to even out, and would you look at that, a perfect belt of 30 stone. Well, nice. Next step, we'll go back over here to our little construction area and start producing a few other little bits and bobs. To get things started over here, what we did was we just actually slid in the mines right here. The assembly machines Mark 1 can do up a mine right here, and this mining machine only requires iron plate, green circuits, the electromagnet, and cogs. So all we had to do is bring some electromagnets from over here at this new place, slot them in here, and we already had most of the other components here. We just combined them all together, and then we're spitting out a bunch of mines that we throw down here. Now, I have limited these. I don't want more than 2,000 mines. I think we'll be fine at that level. Then over here, we threw in the furnaces. We just needed some... we just actually throw in some extra stone, actually, right here. And that got us going on that one. And the same with this water pump. Well, all of this stuff was actually around locally. We did have to maybe belt the motors in here to get into the pumps, but yeah, done. And now we have 3 more items that we don't need to ever build ever again. This place is going to be the absolute everything, our total mall. Now, what's next up? Actually, we still haven't got around to doing silicone yet, which is kind of crazy. But no, we'll get around to it in a bit. I think we're probably going to want to get steel sorted as well. Which means we're probably going to want to step into a third steel patch. I tapped into a second steel patch off screen, or iron patch off screen, because we needed the iron. And I got that one over there and plugged it in, just because we were chewing through our iron ore faster than we could use it. So I think it's time we're going to do up a furnace down here, furnace setup, and we're going to use it to make steel. Yeah, that will get us to the next stage of this game. Steel, brutally simple to set up. All we need is 3 iron plate for every one, well, for 3 iron plate from every 1 steel, and that'll get us a small little setup. We can actually do it the full 30 length, but we don't need to, and oh my god, you can see the ships already coming in with the resources. Nice. Oh, I forgot to set that, didn't I? Yep, let's give us the iron plate, let that flow. We're not going to need a huge amount of steel to start, so yeah, that should be more than sufficient for our needs. Nice. Alright. Where were we? Ah, yes. Get a few more bits and bobs together. It's such a nice making a mall. You get all the bits you need, and you know this is just going to make your life so much easier as you go along. Alright, what was the next plan? Oh, probably a bunch of oil extractors, refineries. Oh, chemical plants. We're going to need a whole bunch of those. Oh, chemical plants are going to require glass. Right, so should probably put a glass smelter in as well. Let's throw a quick one down here really fast. We might as well get the raw resources flowing. Glass production online-ish. I may have been overdoing things a bit. I'm going to have to expand the power belt. I don't think the power belt can handle the sheer quantity of junk we've just thrown onto it in the last while. That is quite a spectacular amount of junk we've thrown on. Jeez, I do love the method they've chosen for doing this. These towers just makes things so much simpler. I kind of worry for the late game though, because that makes it, you know what, we'll worry about the late game later. I think, yeah, more power is the order of the day. I had to do a quick trip back to the home system, and by quick I mean reasonably quick. But did I mention how much I like this mod for chaining things out for construction? It does make laying solar just so much simpler. This used to be a painful task. Now it's just, oh, hit the Alt key, stretch it out, boom. Oh, damn it, I messed that one up, didn't I? 1 second, we can fix that. It'll just take a second. Using those mods, it was so much easier just to get these finished. That was just, a pleasure almost. Now, over here we've thrown in an extra row of these things. What we want is prisms. I figure, why not? We'll get the prisms in there. They're just made off the glass right on the side. So the glass gets fed into prisms get fed in there, and now we've got both of those in. And I'm thinking, while we're at it, well, there's probably one more thing we can get in there, and that's the plasma exciters. They require prisms and just some electromagnetic coils. We have the prisms right there. Let's just belt it. Well, we can fly in some electromagnetic coils and get those onto our system as well. And plasma exciters finished. They're actually required for several buildings. They're required for the wireless power tower, the oil refinery, and the oil extractor. So it's good we got that one out of the way. But I've limited them to quite low amounts. We don't need lots of any of these. They're all required in smaller amounts than you would think. Though I think I am way out of time. I gotta get to sleep soon. Well, I gotta finish recording or compiling this, and then I gotta go to sleep. I really do like this planet though. This planet has turned out to be just perfect for our needs. Reason being as well is that the solar energy gets 128%. It gets a 28% bonus because of how close we are to the sun and the type of sun we have. And that sulfuric acid, yep, definitely really, really handy. Plus we have a bunch of other planets in the system that we need to take advantage of, and special resources that go with them. I think this went rather well. Rather well indeed. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.